guys, I am back today with day number 9, and I'm going to be doing this one photo of my daughter, and it's just a nice size 3x4, and I will mount it on some white cardstock because it's a little bit smaller than the pocket. I printed it on my Canon Selfie, and it kind of shortens it a bit, so I will mount that on some white cardstock. But I also am going to be using this card here. This is from the Ali Edwards kit, and I put it through my printer already with some of my journaling. And this is just a story about my daughter donating a few things to Toys for Tots at her school, and then the family donating some gift cards to some families that we were sponsoring at work. So that's kind of what this card is about. And then I was watching or looking at Facebook, and I saw someone, her name is Katie Gilmore Rose, and she used these Ali Edwards letters, and they might have been from a different year, but use these Ali Edwards letters to spell the word give, and she put it in a 4x6 pocket, and I really liked how that looked. So I am going to borrow that idea or steal it or whatever. I don't know, but I want to give her credit for sure. Like I said, it's Katie Gilmore Rose, and I believe she posted on the Ali Edwards December Daily page. So full credit for her. I just absolutely love what it looked like, and I was wondering what I was going to do with all the letters that I got in the kit, and I thought this was the perfect opportunity for this because I really only had one picture for the day. So again, I don't really like this red color, so I am going to emboss this. I think I'm going to do it in gold. I may do it in silver. I haven't decided that yet. So that's kind of up for grabs still. And then I'm going to be using my little buttons again. Those are the ones with the safety pins or the pins in the back that I'll remove. I'm going to use this for the number. And I want to put it here. I wanted to use really a different number than this altogether, but I didn't have anything else that was small. So I think I'm going to use this. But because the background is so dark, I think what I'm going to do is punch a white circle out of this. So I might as well just do that. Let's see. I think I have a piece of paper here. I will punch a circle out, and I may end up actually embossing this circle in whatever color I end up embossing this in. But let's see. Yeah, so that gives just a very thin circle around that number, and I think it's just perfect just to barely separate it from the back. And I'll know better once I get this pin back off if it's actually going to work like this. So that's kind of what I'm thinking right now. So I'll be back in just a little bit. All right, guys, I am back and I have finished. I decided to use the silver letters this time, or silver embossing powder. And so I embossed the circle that I punched out that punch. And that was a Martha Stewart punch. I don't think I mentioned that earlier. So I did do that, and it just gives a little bit of extra shimmer to the sides of that. And then I have my give, and I really like how this turned out. It turned out better than I expected with that glitter embossing powder. And it's just this Recollections brand, the silver one. So I really like how this turned out. And I think I'm going to put a little strip of that silver here because there's a little bit more of a gap than I wanted to on that card. So I think I'm just going to take this and trim it, and then I'm going to cut it with my paper trimmer, and just to cut a little strip because I want it not quite as big as this actually is. So I'm going to trim it like in half, I guess. So it's not quite half, but I think that's actually going to be a good size. So I'm going to take this off, and I'm going to trim this top of the card, and I think that will make a nice separation between the top and the bottom too. I mean, we already have that color, that bluish green color, but I think having this washi tape to separate the two layers will also be nice. If I right there where that blue meets the white, and I really think I like how that looks. Let's see here. Trim that off. Oh yeah, I like that. I like how it all ties together. And I think what I might do, I was thinking about this while I was working on embossing, but I have these word stickers, and they kind of inspired me. Hold on a second. They're from the Ali Edwards set, and I really like this joy word. And I was thinking, and it is white, but I really like this joy word, and I'm thinking about cutting out something with a similar kind of cursive font on my silhouette that's a little bit longer, because I like how this Christmas looks, and I thought it might look kind of neat to glue this joy right here in just a white font. And again, it's kind of almost like tone on tone because the silver and the white are very similar, but I think that would look kind of neat to say joy. So I think I'm going to work on that, and I'll be back here in just a minute. All right, I changed my mind and I made this circle just a little bit bigger so it fits a little better. I liked the other one, but it was just slightly too small and just wasn't showing enough of the silver. So I ended up just punching out a little bit larger circle. I think it was a 1¼ inch circle, and I embossed it with the silver embossing powder. So, all right, I am back and I ended up cutting out the Joy with this. It's a font that I had found on duffont.com. It's a free font and it's a true type, so you can download that to your computer and then use it in your silhouette. And I believe this one is called Sweet Shop. And like I said, it's from default.com. And I really like this. It's not really dark. It's kind of subtle with the silver. And then it does match pretty well with this color here. And I used the Frequent Flyer Boarding Pass sprinklers from October Afternoon. It doesn't spray anymore, so I just paint it from the bottle and you can see it's all in the cap, but it still works. And so, like I said, I am just going to glue this over the top. And to keep this still in the pocket so it doesn't move around, I cut a 4x6 sheet of acetate. So I'm going to put that down, and then I will glue the letters to that. And I just got to figure out how I want to glue that, probably with some tape adhesive. I'm not overly concerned about the back. I don't know what I'm going to end up doing on the back. I may end up painting the back before I glue it down just so it's not the chipboard color, or I'm just not quite sure yet. I may just keep it the way it is. But right now, that's basically what day 9 is going to look like, and it's going to have this somewhere around this area on the give. And so I'll be back once it's all put together. All right, I am back, and this is the final product. I really like how it turned out. I ended up gluing this down the acetate, and I ended up putting some of the silver Heidi Swap texture paste on the back of this, because I thought if it had a little bit of a shine in the back, you wouldn't necessarily see the adhesive as much. And let me bring this up to the camera. You can still kind of see where I put the adhesive, but I just put little bits because I didn't really think it needed to have a whole lot of adhesive, just enough to keep it in place and not move around in the pocket. So I ended up putting the silver on the back and then just put little bitty strips of that tape. And it's just a double-sided adhesive tape. And then I ended up gluing the Joy down just with some liquid adhesive. So that's what it ended up turning out like. I really, really like this. I think it turned out cute. I'm just going to keep it nice and simple like that, and I will mount this real quick before I put it in the pocket, and then that's about it. And the still shots are coming up. If you like these videos so far and you like this series, make sure you give me a thumbs up. And if you have any questions about anything I've done today or any other day, make sure you leave those in the comments below, and I will talk to you again very, very soon. Bye, guys.